Sexy little floral number.
Sexy.
Sexy.
It's Sunday night and you're about to watch Tarot Nice to Meet You, the show featuring live tarot reading for comedians by, other comedians. Here are your hosts, Carly Smallman and Sarah Isles.
Hello!
Hello, people. How are you doing? It's Sunday night, which means that I'm here with this one. Well, welcome to Tarot. Nice to meet you. For those of you who are new to our live stream, which I don't think is many anymore, I think we're getting a lot of our same regular friends. My name is Carly, this is Sarah, and we are here to read some tarot for another comedian, with us both being comedians ourselves, and basically to hang out and sort of end the weekend on a witchy woo high. It's Elisa. Hello, Elisa, friend of the show. So yes, we've got a brilliant show for you. As you can see, it's fully interactive. So if you typically tap into the old comments box wherever you're watching, you can talk to us. Well, kind of. It'll come up on the screen and we'll talk at you. And it's very cool because later on in the show, we're going to be doing one-card tarot readings for you, our lovely viewers. So if you would like us to read your tarot, you can type a question in your box, or we can just pull you a random card and give you some general advice. Just type that in the box. I'd like just a general reading, please. And yeah, we'll do it. That's the admin done. Boom, in record time.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say that was in 1 minute. You boshed that out the park. So, hello, Caroline.
Hey, Caroline. How's it going? Yeah, I was pretty quick there, wasn't I?
Yeah, successful.
No fucking around this week.
No bullshit.
No bullshit.
No bullshit. Yeah, well done.
How are you doing, babe? What's your goss?
I'm good. Bought a car this week.
Oh, thank you, Caroline. We are both good. Sarah bought a car.
Bought myself a tricky little Nissan Micra, didn't I? And the colour is so pretty. But my mate did tell me when we turned up at the car dealership, I wasn't allowed to just get the car that I thought was the prettiest. But it turned out it was functional and the prettiest.
Function and fashion, a double whammy.
Yeah, so I was well chuffed. So yeah, it was some good news for this week, especially as it's now just started to rain for like the next 10 days. So it's kind of the perfect timing to get a car.
Monsoon season in London for some reason.
Yes,
in May.
For some very bizarre. Well, at least now we can now go inside. Thank you, Caroline. Yeah, it is pretty sweet. So how was your week, love?
My week was good. What did I do? Oh, I went out and I went up to town. That was really fun. Most impressive thing though of the week, which is going to feature on today's show, is I bought a new deck of tarot cards.
They're so sexy though. I mean, they really are.
I'm going to do a full little demo thing here. So this is what I've wanted because I follow the illustrator on Instagram, and she is an illustrator, and she's absolutely brilliant. And her name is Isabella Rotman. It's the This Might Hurt tarot deck, and it comes in this snazzy. Oh, thanks, Jim. This snazzy foil box. But basically, they're so incredible because not only are they like amazingly illustrated, they're based on the Rider-Waite cards that we usually use, but they are done in a modern style. So yeah, it's very, very cool.
And do they hurt?
It might hurt. That's the thing. We can't guarantee if it's going to hurt or not, but it might.
We're not sure. It could hurt.
Yeah, we've got loads of pretty little cards here. So yeah, nice. I'm going to be using them tonight. Don't worry, we will still be putting the traditional pictures in the corners, but I'm going to be using this just self-indulgently. So any tarot fans watching along at home, just use your own cards and just follow along.
Yeah, if you love your own cards, you should use them. Full show. But do you want me to pull a card for you then to see what?
Yes, I would love you to pull a card for me, and then I get some.
It's going to go down. All right.
Oh yeah. Shall I say when?
You can say when.
When?
Ah, interesting card. That's code for. Oh shit! No, it's not. It's going to shit. It's not. It's fine. So as you can see, this is the Six of Swords. Now, this actually is a really interesting card. So as you can see in the picture of this one, is the person obviously is like smuggling themselves into the boat, and they're going from like the stormy, I'm trying to get it right, it's the other side. The stormy, choppy waters into the calmer waters. So it's all often the card of like a regretful but a necessary transition card. So you're going from the stormy waters over into the calm waters, but it's a good thing. So you're going to be transitioning, you're going to be moving on from something that's been quite hard and quite difficult, and calm waters are in your future. But it could also mean that you are moving on from something that maybe you necessarily didn't want to move on from, but it's necessary to do it. It's your rite of passage to do it, and you should 100% go and get that calm waters.
Fab.
Yeah, nice card actually.
Yeah, I can think of many things I probably should move on from, but I can't think of any that I'm currently moving on from. No, I've actually a few things, actually. Yes. That's true.
You're leaving the shit behind you. That's what I take from that.
Leaving the shit behind. Fab. Well, I'm going to pull you a card
from the new deck.
Fabulous, stunning new deck. So I'll get shuffling, and you just say when.
Okay. When?
Oh, okay. One was stuck to my hand, and this is a card that keeps cropping up for us comedy types, the Hanged Man.
Yeah.
So as you can see, the Hanged Man is upside down, hanging from a tree. This is one of the major arcana. So this is more of a big, broad concept rather than an everyday situation. And the big, broad concept that this covers is that it could be a couple of things. It could either be a stagnation where you're kind of set in one position and not much movement is occurring, or it could be the way that I like to read it, which is that actually sometimes you have to stand still and observe the world differently in order to reach a more enlightened view. You can see he's upside down, but he doesn't look like he's having a shitty time.
He's not happy in your deck.
Yeah, he's delighted. He's got his little foot. He's got a fucking bird perching on his shin. And what this card is often saying is actually, if you look at the world from a different perspective, as he is, because he's upside down, so he sees things differently from everyone else, you can actually attain some enlightened thinking, as demonstrated by the little halo around his head, showing a sort of enlightened thought. And yeah, there's little sort of vines creeping in both cards, signifying growth. So actually, if you just stop, you have to stop in order to be able to do this. But don't keep racing forwards. You've got to stop. You've got to think. You've got to collaborate and listen. Stop, collaborate and listen. So that's the advice.
Ice Ice Baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Nicely segued there.
Unless it's from the 80s or 90s, I don't want to know.
No, absolutely not.
Oh.
Hello,
Susan. Welcome to the show. So yeah, hopefully that will help you this week.
Yes, definitely. I will just do nothing.
Just do nothing and just
I'll just hang upside down from my bed and just be like, okay.
Oh, I hear that's very good in versions, like in yoga. It's good for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Fine, if that's what I have to do, I'll just do it. I'll do fuck all this week.
Do fuck all, babe. Should we get our fabulous, beautiful, wonderful, hilarious guest on? She's a good egg. She's a very funny comedian. Her name is Jenny Collier. Jenny, welcome to Tara. Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me. Hi.
Hey, girl. Tara, how are you doing?
I'm okay, thanks. I've still got a little bit of a cold, so I've got something of a husky voice.
Sexy, though.
Well, it's not for me to say.
Leave a comment if you agree.
Not because I've been eating husks.
No. We were discussing husks before the show, for anyone interested. Very good for constipation. But Jenny, it's great to have you here, my darling. How has lockdown been for you? Has it been all right?
This one has been very busy with working in GP surgery, being an NHS hero, saving lives on a daily basis.
Service. We thank you for your
so
service.
welcome. Look, can you see that?
Did they have to give that to you? How long have you been wearing that for?
6 months.
And have people been patient?
No, they've been patient.
Just not patient at all.
No.
No, I love it. It's so funny. It's so funny. You know what? I always used to think, like, it's so funny. I always used to think all women who worked at the reception of the GP surgery were bitches because they would be really mean to me. Yeah. Actually, I say recently, so since COVID began, have got a really nice receptionist at my GP surgery. And I feel like when I ring up, she doesn't have a damn clue who I am. Obviously, she's answering calls all the time. I feel like she's my friend now.
Yeah. Well, she's obviously somebody who was maybe a theatre performer, and then she started there. So I feel like and everybody because obviously being there, I'm probably nice to people because I've only been there for a short amount of time, so there's still hope in my spirit. But it's hard not to be a bitch when you're working there because it's so busy. There's so few resources. You're getting paid like $1 an hour.
Paid a dime.
Yeah, it's serious stuff. So I'm one of the really rude bitches that people speak to now.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, thanks.
That must be like a, tick off the bucket list. Like,
yeah. People are like, I'm in loads of pain, and I'm like, yeah, well, there's no appointments. Goodbye.
No appointments. Just die or go to A&E. Bye.
Yeah.
Hang up the phone and go to hospital.
Absolutely.
Well, Jenny, we're super excited to have you on the show today. We like to get to know the woo-woo side of our guests because, it's tarot. We love a bit of woo-woo here. Doing our first little segment of the show called Brief Encounters, which is where we love to I love spooky, mad, crazy stories. So if you have anything sort of supernatural or paranormal or coincidental that you would love to share with us, then I would be very, very grateful.
When I was younger, we in Wales would go on a retreat to a Welsh village. It wasn't even a village. It wasn't even a hamlet. It was just a sports centre in the middle of nowhere. And it was haunted by the Black Nun, which is a nun all dressed in black. And it was mythed that she would come and haunt you and like sometimes killed some of the students. And so it's like a kayaking outdoor pursuits place, but there was a nun that was a ghost of a nun.
That would kill you.
And then we would do but people would like play tricks on each other. So like we made somebody's
so mental. I say this as someone who's half the family of Welsh. They're always coming back with these mad, crazy shits. Yeah, it was a sports centre in the middle of nowhere and there was a Black Nun.
It was to do with kayaking, but there was a haunting as well. And there was like a little bit of mountain climbing and folk dancing. But this nun, we would like play tricks on each other to pretend to be the nun. E.g., we made somebody's bed when they hadn't made it themselves, and we were like, "I didn't do it," because we all spoke like that. Yeah, because it was a Welsh language retreat. It was where you go there. It's like a nationalist thing where you are like beaten if you speak English. And
rightly so. They stole your language.
But then one night when we were there, the lights in the hall corridor would just go off for no reason, and we're like, oh my god, it's definitely the Black Nun. And we're like, stop messing around now, yeah, because it's not funny, no. And then it just still kept going off. Turned out it was on a timer, so that was what that was. But on all the bunk beds there was like writing which was like, the Black Nun fingered me in this bed in 1995. So that's the closest I've come to
then.
Was there did you see any actual evidence of the Black Nun, or was it just children terrorizing one another?
It was mainly children terrorizing each other, and I really like that thing with the light going off gave me the shits. And so like I can't say that the Black Nun wasn't responsible for any of the lights going out. And my friend spewed at the disco as well because the lights moving around gave her motion sickness. Again, probably nothing to do with the Black Nun.
But you all just said you were sick because of the Black Nun.
Yeah, my mate was sick because of the Black Nun. Yeah. She wanted her track.
I just love the name as well, the Black Nun.
Yeah, and it wasn't like to do with ethnicity. It was.
But she wasn't black. She just wore black.
Wales is so ethically non-diverse that didn't even enter anyone's head. It was just like somebody wearing a black cloak. That's what
rare to see a black person in Wales.
And did your parents pay for you to go to this retreat?
Sorry?
Did your parents pay for you to go to this kind of thing?
I don't think so. I think it was like state-funded Welsh. I don't. Goodness knows.
They probably just wanted people to speak Welsh. They don't want it to die out.
Yeah.
All the old people who speak it are all, getting old.
Yeah. So they're trying to revive it. The only other thing I've got, so I wrote down ghosts, and I was like trying to think if I ever witnessed any like ghosts. Ghosting. I've had that a little bit of that ghosted on thing, but I'll tell you a thing. I was in a nightclub on my birthday several years ago now, and I was kissing boys. I kissed a few boys. It was in like a student nightclub, and I was 26. And I kissed this boy, and he was really cute. And he was like, can I have your number? So I gave him my number, and he was like, you have to reply though. Don't like just ignore me. Don't like not answer. And he was like so keen. And I was like, this is amazing. He's like really fit. I can't wait to definitely answer his text. And then I was like, it's my birthday today. And he said, oh, how old are you? And I said, 26. And he just wasn't there anymore. It was just like there was like a slight gust of wind, and he was just
because of your age.
Yeah. I think he was about
too old or too young.
I think he was about 17.
Go girl.
Still legal.
So I had like an actual in-person ghosting from face to face.
Wow.
God.
And he just poofed and disappeared.
Ghosting is the worst, especially with like online dating. So I was doing a lot of online dating this year, and the amount of people that would just like ghost you was so. Like, and I hate it because I'm such like a nice person.
Yeah,
I would send like a really cringe text and be like, "Oh, it's not you, it's me. Not liking your terrible personality."
I'm so sorry you have a horrible personality.
I'm sorry, you're just unattractive in every way. It's not you, it's me just finding you unattractive in every way.
Yeah, it's me identifying all the red flags and not being happy about it.
Exactly. It's hard, isn't it, with the old? So I know both of you have done online dating in your time, because I've had conversations with you about it. And it's hard. It's hard when people ghost you. And I actually think that is an epidemic that needs to be stamped out.
Well, it's just rude. The fact that it's acceptable, as in it's just, it's an absolute fine day-to-day thing to do, is bizarre, because I just couldn't be that rude to someone. Even if I've been on one date with someone or whatever, I'd have to say, really sorry, thank you so much, just didn't find the chemistry was there, blah, 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 red flag,
blah, blah, you're so shit, yeah,
you're shit. But at least you've told them that they're shit and that it's not going anywhere, so they're not left wondering, Or what they do is they ghost you, and then like 2 months later you get a, hey, stranger.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, what do they call it? Bobbing, where it's like it's called bobbing. So it's not ghosting. It's bobbing, where they go. Oh, actually, they tap out. They're done, which is fine. And then I have to say, I am guilty. The last few people that I went on dates with, I
were a ghost.
I just stopped replying. Yeah,
Jenny.
Yeah, but they did things that made me unhappy. So I went. Like, for example,
if they behaved badly, it's slightly different.
Yeah,
one of them behaved not like a perfect prince. I know. I just tapped out, which is fine. But then bobbing is where you tap out. You go, it's not for me.
Yeah.
And then 3 months down the line, you go, what are you up to? Oh, I had that one. I had a man who said, I found out lived like 3 doors down from me or something. And then I said, oh, I can't do until next Tuesday. And then he said, and then I said, oh, actually, I can't even do that, but I can do the Wednesday after. And then he went, look, you live 3 minutes down the road, and you can't do anything for over a week. I'm sorry, but that's just not what I'm looking for.
Ooh,
and I went, okay, blimey. Okay, bye. And he was like, bye, and did a waving face, like the waving thing.
Added an emoji to strengthen
I was
his
just like blown away by how like shirty he got about me not being available for him when he's a stranger. And so he got so arsey, and I was like, lol, fine. And then a week later, he's like, how's your week been? I was like,
that's so scary.
But then I took screenshots and put it on social media. And then about a year later, randomly at the end of lockdown, when I joined Hinge again, he obviously saw me and he messaged me and was like, hi. And then when I wrote about it on social media, he commented. So he obviously follows me on Instagram. So he's still in love with me, even though the only interaction was us having a fight. And
Jenny, he loves you.
Yeah, he's probably watching this. He was really fit.
Oh my God! Please leave a comment, and we'll try and walk her around. She's just very busy. It's nothing personal.
We're not busy.
Although once, I think I saw him because he lived so close to me. Once I think I saw him, but I was on my way back from a gig and I stopped in Iceland to buy a massive multi-pack of bog roll and some tortilla chips. And so I was like walking along with them like this. And then he did like a double take and I did a double take. And I was like, this is my life. And he's Doritos and wipe my ass.
I will move this on and do the tarot in a minute. But me and Sarah saw someone that basically Sarah had like got rid of in the park. Do you remember, Sarah? It was so funny, and we were like, he obviously saw us, obviously, and in fact, my dog ran up to him, and like it was just so awkward. And then we went round the corner, and he looked like he was talking to a tree, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, basically the most awkward interaction, because I said to her, I went, "Oh, let's hope that Indy doesn't run over." So obviously her dog did immediately run over to him. And then he looked like he was either talking to himself or talking to the tree, neither of which were wonderful options. But then it turned out he had rested his phone on the branch and was FaceTiming someone in this country park where we were in the middle of.
It looked like he was having a full-on conversation with the tree, like, yeah, so like it was so bonkers.
It was and he was running around all gangly, wasn't it? And I mean, we went on one date, and I didn't find him attractive because he was English, and it was just it wasn't going to happen for me.
Quite ostentatious, like the thing of him doing like gesticulating at a tree.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
He knew you were there.
He knew it was me.
Yeah,
he definitely knew it was me. Yeah, because even Colin, he had a good look. He definitely realised it.
He was showing off by talking to a tree. Right, let's read your tarot because I'm getting noted by the producer that I'm talking too much. Jenny, have you ever had your tarot read before?
No, I'm really excited / scared.
Exciting! No, don't be scared. It's going to be really fun. So what we're going to do is we are going to do you a 3-card reading, asking the tarot for advice for you for the week ahead. When the cards come in, we are going to read them upright only. We don't read reversals, which means nothing probably to you if you've never had your tarot read, but maybe for any tarot readers watching. So I will shuffle, and you just let me know when. Hey!
I know they always get loose no matter how tightly I tie that rope.
Yeah. So I'm going to shuffle. You just let me know when, and then what we'll do is we'll go through each card individually, and then we can see if we can sort of sum up some good advice for you, my darling. So
okay,
shuffle. Just let me know when.
When?
Perfect. We don't have tarot cams, so I'm just dealing them out onto my little.
Budget for it.
We don't have budget for anything. Okay. This is a good reading, so don't worry. There's nothing to concern yourself with. The first card, in fact, is one of my favourite cards of the whole deck, and it's come up quite a few times on the show before, the Ace of Cups.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful card. So the Ace of Cups, you can see there's a hand coming out of the clouds, which represents the universe kind of handing you something. And in the tarot, cups represent feelings, emotions, love. And what you can see from this is your cup literally overflowing with love, creativity, and all the good feels. When this card comes up, it's from telling you to remind yourself of all the people in your life who love you so much, and to sort of give thanks and gratitude for all of the people that you love. It can also mean that in order to sort of feel this true flow of love, that you may need to open your heart and be vulnerable. And accept yourself for who you truly are. But it's a really wonderful and positive card. At the bottom, there's these lotus flowers, which I actually really like on this particular illustration. And as we know from Buddhism, traditionally lotus flowers are to do with transformation. And it's that transformational, positive power of love that can take you from being like a little crummy lotus flower into a beautiful, beautiful lily pad. Sarah, do you have anything you want to add to the old Ace of Cups?
Yeah, that's lovely. I think it has it on your card as it does in the other ones. The thing I love the most about this card is it has 5 streams coming out of the cup and going into the water, and they're representing your 5 senses. So it's basically saying like you're overflowing with love, but on every sense. Like it's an overwhelming, wonderful, like you're literally being showered with love. So it is just such a gorgeous card. Like it's just one of those when you get it, you're like,
yeah. So the advice is feel the love, feel the gratitude for your interpersonal connections this week. Maybe sometimes when this comes up, you might have someone that you've wanted to reach out to, that you've been meaning to talk to, and it's a good time to do that. And also, if you're working on a creative project, what this can signify is that it's basically the universe giving you the green light to go ahead with this creative project. But unlike with the Suit of Wands, which are often to do with passion projects and creative endeavors, this is not something fueled by passion or talent or like just wanting to work hard. If you're working on a creative project, it's telling you this all needs to come from emotions. It's not to come from, don't intellectualize it. Just open your heart and make something beautiful.
Okay. Oh, how lovely.
Good. Your next card. woof, we have got the King of Wands. So in this one, it's actually a lady, but she's the King of Wands can be a man or a lady. It's a masculine, fiery energy though. And what this card is a court card. And when court cards come up, they either mean an actual person that you know who may be able to help you this week, or who you should look to for help or advice, or it can represent maybe you need to take on these qualities and traits of this personality type. So the King of Wands is a leader. It's someone who's got swagger, who's got confidence, confidence in themselves, confidence in their abilities. It's the sort of person who delegates tasks, who is completely in control. And who is like, this could represent like someone maybe who's like your boss, or like the boss of like a company, or but it's kind of more of a like a startup type company, like more of an entrepreneur than someone who works in a bank, for example.
Sure.
So it's got that fire energy, that active energy, but it's someone who's confident in who they are and what they can do, gets things done. And yeah, it's sort of it's kind of a badass. If it's a woman, it's gonna be a badass bitch. If it's a man, he's kind of like a man's man, I always think. Sarah, you know a bit about this card. What do you have anything?
Yeah, I mean, the thing I've always liked about this card is it's one of those things where when you say they're like a visionary leader and they're the ones that like is in control and at the top and things like that, and that they obviously are delegating ideas, is yes, they are delegating, but also what's quite nice about it is that the people that they're delegating to, they actually want to be part of it. So they want to support this person's idea. They want to actually be the ones that take it forward and action it. So that's what's quite nice. So it's not that they're just like dictating everything. It's more of a lovely collaboration that yes, they want to be the leader on this particular thing, but also then people want to be part of that manifestation and they want to take it forward together. So it's a really nice combination there. It's not like a dictatorship. It is much more of a lovely collaboration of, you know, a mature idea and, you know, and sort of opportunity presenting itself. So yeah, it's a really lovely card to get, actually.
Yeah, so if you can't think of a person that springs to mind instantly that this is describing, then these are qualities that maybe will help you in the coming week if you decide to sort of act with confidence, do things, you know, in a very definite and sort of surefire way, have that bit of feistiness, and any jobs that you think other people are better qualified to do, just palm them off, because it actually will all pay dividends for you.
And they want to help.
Yeah.
They want to be part of it. Let's do it.
Part of your world. Next card. We've got more cups. This time we've got the Seven of Cups. Now, in this card, you can see, well, in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, it's a man, but in this card, it's a little girl. And this person is looking at 7 different cups, but in each of the cups are different possibilities and potential opportunities. So in this one, you see you've got like a lotus flower, a globe, like an island, a house, like a bird, like a sort of graduation cap, a snake, and in the traditional ones you've got like a head, like a glowing ghost guy, a snake again, a castle, jewels, laurel wreath, and even a dragon. So this person is standing in front of all these possibilities, and it's a card that says, look, there are so many options, you can't just look at them all forever. Eventually you have to pick an option. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, but if you just stand there, it's nothing happens. If you have different opportunities presenting themselves to you right now in your life, and you've been maybe putting off making decisions, it's a time to actually think about what it is you want the most and to go for it. In terms of there can be a little downside, a little warning with this card, which is this card is often associated with like secrets and illusion, which means that when it comes to, you know, making choices, sometimes like you can't see the whole truth. There is that like sort of like that illusion-y side of things. Then, you know, you need to make sure that whatever it is you pick, you're looking at it realistically. You're not deluding yourself, and no one else is kind of sort of making things seem better than they are to try and persuade you to do something about their choice. So whatever option it is, yes, you need to pick one, but you need to do it sensibly, because otherwise you're not really picking anything. You know, it's yeah. Sarah, anything you wanna add about this?
Yeah, so so don't be distracted by shiny, pretty things like I was with my car. It's a time to do like a practical, like pros and cons list, like stuff like that. Actually being like, what's the pros of this? What's the cons of this? And then you actually make a decision based on what aligns with your purpose, like that kind of thing. And I remember actually, Carly, you taught this. This card came up for me once, and the cloak that's on top one of the cups is always reminding you.
Yeah, the shiny red man.
Yeah, because you're like, you can't see what's underneath it. You can't see anything. So it really is that illusion there. So you even with what you think seems to be the best option or you're not sure, still do the pros and cons for everyone. And then you can actually make the right decision based on what you really want on the pros and cons rather than, oh God, it's so pretty, I'm going to buy that car.
Yeah. Based on the facts. Yeah. So that's your reading. So I would say, this week, maybe, reach out to some people. Take that fiery, confident energy, and it looks like you need to make some decisions about your life. And have that story.
So true.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, witch. Yeah, you need to make a few decisions about your life. Maybe taking on this confident energy, and also coming from this kind of feeling of like love and gratitude.
Yeah.
That will help you in any decisions you need to make. And as we said before, rope other people in if you don't have the full skills because they want to help you.
Yeah.
So, yes, that's
it all comes from a real place of love, which is quite nice though. The fact that
it's very empowering and positive. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Oh.
Really nice reading.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Our pleasure, babe. Please let us know if it comes true. Because I love to know this. I love to know if anything will crop up for you this week that you think, that was something I was going to do because of my card reading. So let us know. Right, let's go on to, now we've done the reading, let's go on to the ranting. This is the part of the show that we like to call Who's in the Freezer?
Hey, let me out! It's fucking freezing in here!
There you go, Jenny. No expense.
So welcome.
High production values in
Sarah.
Sarah, I'll let you do this because you are the queen of the freezer.
I'm the queen of the freezer. Thank you. So for those that are new or you just haven't seen us for a while, this is a spell. So this is a spell that I was taught by my aunt when I was younger, and it's a good spell. So we're all good witches here, nothing naughty yet. So what it is you want to take either the person that is pissing you off or ruining your energy, or the thing, and so you want to freeze it. So you literally want to freeze their power from doing you any more harm or any more shit. So what you want to do is put their name down on a bit of paper, fold it up, put it in an ice cube tray, fill it with water, and put it into your freezer, thus freezing them and all of their power so they can fuck off out of your life and do other things.
It's a fuck off spell, basically, Jenny.
In a nice fuck off, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not like you want to kill them.
No, you don't want to kill them.
I do want to kill them.
Sarah wants to, but she knows not to.
But I can't. I don't think I'd last that. Actually, I think I would last quite well in prison. But that's
you'd last well in prison. You're really pretty, and everyone would want you to be their cellmate because you're really fun.
Well, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me about going to prison. Thank you so much. What a dream it would be to go to prison if everyone was like Carly.
I would die. I would die instantly.
You'd be someone's bitch.
You're all really pretty, and I think you're really. She's working for the guards. No, I'm not. But basically, Jenny, there's only enough space in Sarah's freezer for so many people because we've been freezing a lot. So what we're going to do is it's going to be a head-to-head. Sarah versus Jenny, nominating who they would like to freeze this week, and then you, our lovely audience, can vote. So, Jenny, as our guest, would you like to go first or second?
Second, please.
Fabulous. Sarah, start us off with your hate.
Right. So the thing I hate this week is I've realised I have a real issue with Netflix trailers. So when you go onto Netflix and they randomly have a film of the week, what they don't do is they don't actually play a trailer. So you don't get like the fun trailers that you're like, in the beginning or anything like that, where they actually show you like a summary of the film to entice you in, that you think, oh, this looks cool, I want to watch this. What they do is they take a random minute from a random part of the film that makes no sense, that no one will understand, and they play that bit to the point where you think, well, now I don't want to watch it because it looks really shit and dull.
Yeah, they're not even the most exciting scenes. I'm with you on this. They just pick like a scene where people
a 1 minute. Yeah, and then they cut it off halfway through, so it could be like, and then they open a door and go, well, I wonder what's behind bump trailer done. And you're like,
Trailer done, what film,
one,
mate?
it made no sense, and two, now I feel like, do I watch it because what's behind the door? Or three, it just looks weird and I don't want to know what's behind the door. So I've realised Netflix trailers continually wind me up, and I've actually not watched films because the trailer was so shit. And then, like yesterday, my brother was like, have you watched this film? It was really good. And I was like, no, the trailer was shit. And he was like, oh, you'd really like it. And I did, because I watched it this morning.
Oh, that is crazy of them.
Yeah. But that's what it's like, and that's why I think Netflix really need to up their game. I mean, they've upped their prices, so I think now they can officially up their trailers. That's all I'm saying.
Have they upped their prices?
Yes, £2, I think.
What?
Mine's the same. I've got the basic package. I don't want to pay for HD. I don't give a shit.
Well, I mean, I don't have an HD TV. I spent all my money on my car. So.
Fair enough, babe. Fair enough. Oh, well, I like that. So Netflix is nomination number 1. No, Netflix trailers, not the whole.
Netflix trailers. I do love Netflix. Just the trailers are pointless.
Let's not freeze the whole of Netflix because I actually want to get us.
I mean, I want to put I want to freeze the increase of cost of Netflix in. Potentially, no, I've got another one.
Jenny, who would you like to freeze, babes?
So mine is the concept of being intolerant to cow's milk, which I've just found out I am, and it makes shopping for any food and eating food and anything not fun anymore, because pastries are my favorite thing.
Sorry to interrupt. Pastries have milk in them
because of butter, because butter is one of the main ingredients. So you have to. There's it's in things that I never even knew. The other day, I bought some tortillas, recurring theme, and check the back, milk in Doritos for the cheesy vibes. For the cheese vibes. Yeah.
You must be very intolerant though, because I have a minor intolerance to cow's milk. I couldn't drink milk, and in fact, I did eat a pizza once, and went for a walk in the park with Sarah, and it became panic station. So I thought I was just gonna have to drop my trousers and shit my brains out in the middle of the park. And poor Sarah was just with me, and I was just like, Sarah, I'm scared it's gonna happen. And Sarah was like, hurry, we can make it.
It was good. You did make it though, and that was good. I mean, it's the most tense I've ever seen you. I was quite tense too.
I was really upset.
Well done. Really good arsehole skills.
Really
strong sphincter here.
Yeah.
Because it's mid-lockdown, so it's not like you can just pop into a restaurant or a cafe yourself. We had to walk home, and we were, I think, again, out walking in the parks again, like absolute legends.
Like legends. But yeah, so I've got a minor intolerance. So a pizza I couldn't really have, and I couldn't. Oh, delicious vegan cheese tortilla. Tastes the same.
Okay, that's great. Oh, that's good to know.
Thank you, darling. But yeah, I feel you. But mine's just very mild. So mine's just basically actual milk and cheese. But you must be having a terrible time if you can't even have it.
Well, what I've been doing over the years is I get this thing. I'm actually my tract is haunted. Let me see if I can do one now. I haven't got one, but I get these awful gurgles where I sound really haunted. And it's every time I eat or drink anything. And so the other day I invested in an intolerance test, and it turns out bananas, cow's milk, I am not supposed to have. And I've reached the age of 37, eating cow's milk and butter and everything. Cheese.
You feel better?
No, because I've got a terrible cold. So I can't even tell. I've been off cow's milk for 2 weeks, and I can't even tell if I'm better. So I'm having an absolute nightmare. I'm hoping that in a week's time, when the cold's gone, I'll emerge like a butterfly, that with no more eye bags or gurgling or skin complaints, and it'll be a whole new world. But I'm not that confident. I think I'm allergic to air or water or something.
I'm just laughing at the gurgling. I think if I was just gurgling, those fish jugs that you pour water in, they just start to gurgle. If I was just randomly gurgling, I would be shitting myself, or I'd be terrified.
I've done it since childhood.
But pastry has no butter.
Oh, I love how our viewers are helping viewers.
Okay, thank you.
No time.
Viewers, they're very kind.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, in that case, let's start voting. So we have got Netflix trailers versus an intolerance to cow's milk. Please tippity tap in your comments box wherever you're watching. And while that's going on, we've got a couple of one card readings for our lovely audience. So again, if you would like a one card reading, please do let us know. We can do that for you live right now. So Jim, do we have anyone for a reading?
Oh yeah, you've got to do the new deck, baby.
Thanks, Stephen. I'm really excited to use this. Okay, let's give it a whirl.
Standard bullshit over here.
Stephen, this is a good one. We have pulled the Four of Wands.
Nice.
Now, this card, the Four of Wands, is all about stability. This is a card, it can represent sort of stability within kind of your community. So the advice is here is to try and get that kind of like equanimity and that balance going. Remember that you have strong roots, you have people around you who care about you, and that you can actually, not just that it's not the same as Ace of Cups, like overflowing with love. These are reliable people. You know, these are your friends, these are maybe your family, and it's just about sort of community stability, and working on making sure that you don't have any sort of like these sort of like rickety, anxious, jangly feelings about grounding yourself. And yeah, but also if you haven't been reaching out within your community lately, this is a good reminder that that you should do that, because they will support you. Sarah, anything you want to add, or Jen? Any
Sounds great.
I know nothing.
You know nothing. You can just give people advice on this show, even if you can't read the cards. We've had comedians just give people unsolicited, dangerous advice. So,
yeah, I think that card just to me represents that you should support live comedy when it comes back.
Stephen, you must please support live comedy. I hope that was helpful to you, my darling. Any more? I know we had a couple of cards. No.
I loved it a minute ago when you said about the fish in a jug, and you were like, you know that fish in the jug that gurgles, and I was like,
you know a jug.
No idea what you're talking about.
And
I have no idea what she's talking about either, but I just thought.
My granny used to have one in the kitchen. It's like a jug in the shape of a fish. Please comment if you know what I'm talking about. A jug in the shape of a fish, and it gurgles. You pour water in it, it goes like.
I think that might just be something from the Smalls household. I have no idea what that is.
I thought everyone's granny had a fish in a jug that gurgled. All right, Emma, let me give you a little reading, my darling. Let's see what we can advise you this week. Let's see what we've got. Okay, Emma, it's a biggie, and don't be afraid when I show this to you. You've got the Tower. Now, the Tower is one of these cards that people have sort of associated with, like, you know, when they pull it out of the deck and like, oh shit, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. Basically, what this card is saying is that sometimes out of nowhere, you can see here in this depiction, there's lightning striking the top of the tower, out of nowhere, completely unexpected, and nothing you could have done to change it. Things in your life will change in a really chaotic and big upheaval, and that is just part of life. That happens to everybody, and if that has happened to you lately, remember, you are not to blame. There is literally nothing you could have done to avoid this. Sometimes lightning strikes your tower, and don't worry, Emma, it's fine.
It needs to happen.
Bring it. See, isn't that like one of those folks? Thanks, Stephen. But the thing is, when the lightning strikes the tower, it can look all doom and gloom with all the horrible like clouds and the people plummeting to their deaths. But sorry, I've got to stop doing tarot readings that make me giggle because it's not funny. When lightning strikes the tower, yes, the tower will collapse and it will feel shitty. And there's nothing you can do about it. But the good thing about this is then you've got a blank foundation now, and you can rebuild a new tower however you want it. You can build it bigger and better with stronger foundations than the last tower. Just because something ends, remember with tarot, there's a lot of things about life being cyclical and beginnings and endings. And the thing to remember is that when something ends, it does clear the way for something else to begin. Would anyone like to add anything less terrifying? Because I think I probably said that in a really cunty way.
I think you've done it in a nice way, because it's like, you know, when you reach rock bottom and everything in your life is dog shit, and that's
Thanks, Sarah.
Going up, is there? So when I reached rock bottom, probably about a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, nothing, you know what, life is so awful and so shit that the only things that can happen are good things, and then the good things happen, and you're like, oh, cool. So it's like some loads of doors shut in your face and smack you around, but then lovely other doors open that don't hurt. So it is a good thing, but you have to clear out the shit in order to then accept in the good. So basically the universe is getting rid of all the horrible shit for you so that you can then finally start having some wonderful things. So the wonderful things will be coming, but you have to clear the way first. You have to hit that rock bottom.
Life is
I
a
agree.
roller coaster, just gotta ride it.
Yes,
Like
there
the
we go,
philosopher
Jenny.
Ronan Keating. Yeah, I love
Yes.
that. I love
Yes.
that. And the thing that I do take comfort in with the tower card is often when something goes wrong, my first thing is to automatically blame myself. But sometimes it's not your fault. Sometimes the universe is just a shit.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a dick. But then they're doing it not to be a dick, but just to clear the way, because they're like, well, you're not going to do it by yourself. Let's clear this so you can start to live again.
Live again. Fabulous. Jim, was that the last one? I know we didn't have as many tonight. Is that the last one?
Yep, that was the last one. Cool. All right, so
Excellent. Fabulous. So let's see what's been guaning with our freezer spell. Jim, being intolerant to cow's milk.
oh wow,
It
lots
is a
of people
bitch.
that don't like the cow's milk. Okay, fair enough.
It is a bitch. It is a bitch. So Jenny, we're going to put that in the freezer for
Going
you.
in.
So
Thank
you're
you.
cured. You're cured now.
Yay! Thanks. I'm going to go and get myself a pano raisin.
You're going to have an ice cream.
What a
Go
way
and have
to
an ice
celebrate,
cream, see
yes.
what happens. Just don't leave your home for maybe 5 to 6 hours.
Take a little dog poo bag with me, just in case.
But just go straight into the bag, like just cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
Bag it maybe.
Jenny, thank you so much for joining us. Do you have anything you want to plug, or where can our viewers find you?
Oh, it's just there along the bottom, Jen Collier on all the socials, apart from Joke Pit, where it was so confusing to set up that it's just my name, Jenny Collier. Jen Collier on Instagram and Twitter, and Ko-fi if you wanted to give me some cash
Give us some money.
so that I can stop being an NHS hero. That would be ideal. So nothing specific to plug. Jen, check out the vegan supermarkets. It's all no milk, vegan galaxy. It's delicious. This is what I need. This is the info I need, the intel that is good to get. Thank you. This is a good time to go vegan. Many, but I've really, really am still eating meat. But maybe I'll go vegan. And
I love
eggs.
how vegan our audience are. We're learning
I know, very vegan.
very vegan demographic, which suits me absolutely fine and dandy.
Yeah.
Sarah, do you have anything you want to plug, babe?
I don't think I really do anything. Well, I'm doing your gig on Thursday because you know
It's sold out. There's no point plugging it.
I can't plug it there. So sorry, you can't come see me.
Is this an IRL gig?
This is an IRL gig,
Oh my
yeah,
God,
I'm doing
so
in a
exciting.
pub near my house. So I'm so sorry, none of you can come to that unless you've already got tickets. And if you've got tickets, we'll see you there. Very excited to. And I'm going to plug my podcast. It's called The Truth Club, and it's available everywhere that podcasts are available. I didn't do that very well.
Your intro was way better.
Remember how slick that was? Just
Remember how slick that was like 45 minutes ago? That was
hold on to that memory. It was worth it. Jenny, thanks once again. It was so great to have you.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for doing the
And we'll be
reading.
back next Sunday at 7 o'clock, and our guest is the fabulous Darren Harriott. So that'll be really fun. Come join us, and we will see you soon. Bye, everyone. Have a great Sunday.
Bye. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra, ta-ra.
Thanks for watching Tarot Nice to Meet You, which is produced by Comedy Hotspot. See you next Sunday at 7 p.m.